KnifeDope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Got several packages tonight that we're going to be taking a look at. 3 of them to be exact. 2 of them are from pass around groups. And this one right here belongs to me. But first, if you do enjoy the content, I'd ask that you would share, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe, goddammit. It does help the channel. It does trick that algorithm. And it does help your boy to go viral. Okay, enough of that shit. This one, it came in an envelope similar to this. But these 2 obviously are, as you can see, untouched, ready to go. Full disclosure, I have not peeked at this one just yet. But it was hard. It was hard. But I wanted to do it with you guys. I like to give you guys my genuine response and reaction to these things. So hence why I torture myself and let these packages sit around. First, let's drop the top on this bitch, get up close and personal, shall we? Hit them switches. Okay. This is the Tuya Knife Company NV4, I believe. Excuse me. The NV4. This was a knife that came out, I believe, this year, 2020-23. God, this year's just flown by so much, it's kind of hard to remember. Or it came out at the end of 2022. Don't know exactly when it came out, but I will tell you that when it did come out, I do remember hearing a lot of people raving about it. I had contemplated getting it, but I had had one experience prior with Tuya. I had purchased the Big Belly, which was a crossbar lock knife, and I didn't much care for it. Ended up returning it. So maybe that was something that kind of pushed me to not pull the trigger on it. But out the gate, looking at it, I will say it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Well executed. The fit and finish is good, man. Let's go ahead and check out the knife. Woo! Detent is dialed the fuck in. So you can see up here we have this beautiful purple haze fat carbon inlay. And I will tell you that they executed it flawlessly, seamless. You cannot feel the difference, or rather you can't tell the transition. You can just, it literally feels like one solid piece of material. This is a frame lock. We've got a nice Wharncliffe blade. Ergonomically, it feels great in the hand. I don't feel any hot spots to speak of. Action is money, and it is deployed via your thumb studs. The Tuya Envy comes in at about $260. God damn. Comes in at about $260, and that price is according to Blade HQ. Overall length on this is 7.85 inches. So we definitely have a nice full-size knife, just a little bit outside of my sweet spot. The handle length on this is 4.55 inches. We've got a handle thickness coming in at 4/800ths of an inch. Blade length 3.30. Our blade stock is 12/100ths of an inch. Now the real star of the show for this knife is the blade steel. CPM S90V. Hands down, possibly one of my 2 favorite steels for sure. Has such great edge retention, very good stainless steel properties. It's tough steel, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Nice Wharncliffe blade. Now the listing lists the blade as having a compound grind, but I can guarantee you there's no such thing on this knife. That is a flat grind all day. Nice swedge at the tip there. Titanium handles, like I mentioned, with that carbon fiber inlay. There are a couple different versions to this knife. We've got a quarter-length backspacer with that integrated lanyard hole for the weirdos. Frame lock is a locking mechanism. Pocket clip is right-hand tip-up carry only. Yeah, I'm digging this. Definitely digging this. I get a lot of, well, let me not even say that. Something that I'm thinking about as we speak actually is the price, $260. You're getting so much for $260. Now, Tuya does some OEM work for other companies. I can't think off the top of my head any examples of that, but I do know that they are active in that regard. And that's probably the biggest reason why they're able to give it to us at $260. They're building the goddamn thing. And, you know, and that makes a big difference. These prices have continued to rise. But so maybe, you know, something to consider is possibly trying to buy knives from companies that do all their own OEM work. But anyways, I digress. Let's put up just a couple of knives for some size comparison. Basically, a little bit of knife flexing. First up, talk about bang for your buck. We're talking about the Tucson 2S, or rather TS 129. Hands down, one of my favorite Tucsons ever. I only have a few in the collection, I'd say 3. And that is definitely my favorite. That one comes in at about $125, give or take. So we can see that that Tuya Envy 4 is about dead money as far as overall length in comparison to that TS 129. Let's do one more. Bringing that price up a little bit, but well worth it. That is going to be a new acquisition, which is the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. Possibly the hottest knife in the game right now. So the Tuya Envy is a little, not much at all, maybe a hair longer, bigger than the Jack Wolf Gunslinger. So there we have that, Tuya Envy 4. I'm sure you guys have probably seen this knife before. This is not a new release by any means, but I'm glad that I was able to check it out. Definitely recommend this to people, man, for the price, you know. Fairly priced, premium materials, fit and finish. Yes, this is a good one. Tuya Envy 4. Okay, people, let's keep it moving. Let's get to the next batch. This next one was sent to me from Rob at Rob's Nerdy Knives. Give him a follow if you're not following him already. Give him a subscription if you're not subscribed. Check his channel out. He is part of the Apex Pass Around group. So that's where this came from. Let's see. For unboxing knife tonight, we're going to use this little sharp fucker. Spyderco Dragonfly. I plan on ordering me some titanium scales for this knife. Don't necessarily know why, just because I want to. But this is a great knife. Perfect little 5th pocket carry. Fully capable of such, look how slicey this damn thing is. And they come sharp, let me tell you. I believe these are manufactured in Seki City, right? Yeah, Seki City, Japan. They make some of the sharpest goddamn Spydercos that are manufactured. And they do a good job of it. All right, let's see what old Robbie sent me. Make sure there's no personal information in here. He packed the dope very good. We've got a QSP on deck, people. Now, QSP, I think, full disclosure, my first premium knife that I ever purchased was the QSP Caviso exclusive, which came in the S35 VN blade steel, purple anodized handles. As a matter of fact, since we're talking about it, this was it right here. This was my first premium knife. This one came in, I think, at like 138, 140, something like that. This was my introduction to QSP, and it is a legendary knife. Very important role in my knife journey, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Talk about this. This one is the Rhino. This one came out last year. Here we go. Mr. Robbie's Nerdy Knives. or Rob's Nerdy Knives. This one came out last year, I'm almost positive, or at the very beginning of 2023. I was very interested in this knife when it first dropped, but we're going to talk about some of the things that discouraged me. Right out the gate, definitely feel some weight on this thing. But you can check out its side profile. Nice, smooth titanium scales here. Love the way they crowned that spine, man. Look at that. That's intricate. Beautiful Mokutai pocket clip. Same thing with the back spacer. They did that same, I don't know what we would call that. It does look beautiful. Several ways to deploy the knife. We'll go with the traditional flipper. Detent is dialed the fuck in. The Rhino comes in at a whopping $358.95. Yep, I didn't say that. I wasn't incorrect. $358.95. Now you may ask, what are we getting for that? Well, we about to find out. Overall length on this comes in at 7.5 inches. So once again, a nice full-size knife. The handle length is coming in at 4.25 inches. Blade length is 3.25. We've got blade stock thickness coming in at 0.13 of an inch. The steel that they're giving us for this knife is Bowler M390. We've got a nice flat grind. I don't know what we're gonna call that. That's a reverse tanto actually, as far as our blade shape goes. 3 forms of deployment on this knife. You've got your traditional flipper on the back. You've got your front flipper, which you got to kind of make sure you back off here a little bit on the back. And possibly my favorite, which is going to be that fuller. Detent is definitely dialed the fuck in. Unfortunately, there's no choke up option here. It would have been great if they would have put a nice little finger choil there. The pocket clip is right hand tip up carry only. Beautiful Mokutai. Now, this is also a frame lock. The detent definitely is dialed the fuck in. It does fly out. I will give him that. But let's talk about the price. That's a lot of goddamn money. Just for a little quick comparison, the Gunslinger, which gave us S90V, gave us some nice fat carbon fiber, titanium bolsters, milled titanium pocket clip. This came in at actually $350, so about $8-9 cheaper than the Rhino. I just don't know, man. I would have much rather see the Rhino coming in at $300, or if you were gonna give us chargers $350, maybe something different besides M390. Not that there's anything wrong with M390, but there's something wrong with $350. I mean, fuck. That was probably the biggest thing that discouraged me from getting this knife. But now that I do have it in the hand, it is a good knife, man. It's a nice looking knife. Many forms of deployment, which is very important to a lot of people. But that price tag, man, I just don't know. It just seems high, man. You know, because once again, just like the Tuya, QSP does all their OEM work. You know, so if Tuya was able to give us a knife with similar materials, some may even argue better steel, with the carbon fiber inlay for goddamn $100 less, it makes you wonder what's really going on over there at QSP. Let's put up a couple of knives for some quick size comparison. First up, how about the QSP produced Devo Stout, or I should say OEM, the QSP OEM knife, the Devo Stout. So we can see there that the Stout is just about even money with that Rhino. Next up, possibly the most popular QSP knife to date, at least in my eyes, is going to be that QSP Penguin Plus. Definitely my favorite iteration of the Penguin, and far, far cheaper than that Rhino. So there you have that. Yeah, that's been my biggest issue with not pulling the trigger on the Rhino, has been the price. It is a good looking knife. Something that I had heard somewhere, and I'll let you guys debate it down low, is, you know, QSP OEM'd the EMP EDC, one of their knives, with very, very similar vibes. Very, very similar look overall. Somebody was mentioning that perhaps there was a little bit of theft of intellectual property. I didn't say that. I'm just word on the street. It would be interesting to know which knife came out first, though. You know, I don't recall which EMP EDC knife it was, but yeah, not sure why we're talking about that. Let me stop. That is the QSP Rhino. Okay, the star of the show, my personal knife. Big shout out to Asher Knives. I was able to order this on Thursday of last week, I believe. And today is Monday the following week. So the knife got here rather quick. And they gave me a little bit of a discount. Not sure if I should be speaking about that. But I am a loyal Asher knife guy. Got a couple of bucks off, so I appreciate that. Let's talk about it. Let's look at it, goddammit. How about that? I'm going to use this Tucson TS129 to put into the package. Let me make sure we don't have any personal information. Ooh, that bitch is sharp, boy. Make sure we don't got... Oh, shit. We got a pouch. This is definitely a first for Asher. Usually you get these... they're not high quality. Whatever the opposite of high quality is. Boxes. Very plain, you know, simple boxes. You know, but I'm not trying to shit on them because they always manage to give us great knives at a phenomenal price. You know, some may argue, and you wouldn't get no pushback from me, but hands down, these Asher knives are by far the best deal in the game. And something very interesting about this particular version right here, this knife was OEM'd by Petrified Fish. Yep, you heard it right. Petrified Fish did the OEM work for Asher on this version of the Spiro. Right out the gate, I can see a couple of differences. Beautiful. Look at that. This is actual G10, but it feels like fucking titanium. I shit you not. Nice contoured scales. Yeah, it feels metallic. They went ahead and they stretched out that cutout, made it more elongated. Let's deploy the knife. Oh yeah, definitely D10 is definitely dialed the fuck in. They also upgraded the steel. This go around, the steel is 20 CV. The last, I think, the most recent drop on the Spiro had the thumb studs. He went back to the hole on this one. More importantly, no more logo. That's great. I felt that logo was just a little too much. It was too big. And then they were also giving it to you on the pivot. So I just felt it was just, you know, a little overkill. But nice G10 backspacer as well. See, that's the way you do a lanyard post, you knife companies. Hidden. Make those weirdos work. Definitely nice full-size knife here. This comes in at $115. Like I mentioned, best bang for your buck that you can find. Let's talk about the specs on this. Overall length came in. Oh, we lost some light there. What the fuck's going on? Overall, goddamn. Overall length on this came in at 7.4 inches. We've got a nice handle length coming in at 4.2 inches. Blade length 3.2 inches. This is in 20 CV. We've got blade stock thickness coming in at 1/10 of an inch. Drop point configuration is the blade shape. Nice, beautiful stonewash finish on that blade. High flat grind. The scales, they list them as milled G10 scales, and I shit you not, people. Some of the best G10 I've ever felt in my hand. This is an inset liner lock. The blade is riding on brass cage ceramic bearings. Another thing that they changed, they went ahead and got rid of that stainless steel pocket clip, or rather that, what do they call those? Stamp pocket clips, which I hated. And they gave us this wire pocket clip so you can definitely replace this with a Lynch Northwest or a Rips Garage or MXG. No, MXG Gear doesn't do those wire clip replacements. But I'm sure you can find a different clip if you like. Yeah, right before this video, I had just found out about Petrified Fish being the OEM work for them. And I'm very, very happy with it. I love what Petrified Fish is doing. I really do. I had always wondered if they were capable of making a more premium knife. This is the proof right here. Let's put up a couple of knives for some size comparison. Let's put up who I feel is the direct competition for the Asher Spiro. And that is going to be Bridgeport Knife Company 395, baby. Version 2. Don't get it fucked up. The 395 version 2 comes in a little bit more expensive than this Asher Spiro. And you can see out the gate, it's definitely a little bit smaller. As far as OEMs goes, we're looking at Kubi for the 395. And like I mentioned, Petrified Fish for that Spiro. Let's put up another one, shall we? Let's put up one of favorite budget knives this year, which is going to be the Vosteed Nightshade TH rendition. Stands for thumb hole. So we can see here that the Spiro is about the same size as that Nightshade and definitely bigger than the 395. Let's do two more. God damn it, two more. Haven't had any American vibes, but we about to change all that. How about that Spyderco Shaman 15V rendition? So the Spiro is definitely smaller than that. Last but certainly not least, newly modded, newly reground, hollow grind on this beautiful Demko AD 20.5. So we can still see there that the actually the Spiro and the Demko AD 20.5 are about the same as far as overall length. Yep, there you have it, y'all. 3 knives from 3 different price ranges. And to be honest with you, I don't know which one I'd want. I guess if money wasn't an issue, if you said, hey, look, all 3 of these knives cost the same, which one do you want? Obviously, I'd probably go with one of the titanium ones. But that's, you know, that's a fallacy. You know, money is a precious thing, and we work hard for it. So that being said, I think I would really pull that trigger on that Spiro. Definitely. And if QSP brought the price down on this Rhino, you know, I'd definitely move that to the front of the list. But as far as bang for your buck, give me that Spiro, followed up by that Tuya Envy, and Rhino bringing up the rear. That's it, fuckers. That's my thoughts on this shit. Let me know what you can think in the comments. It's late. I got to get to bed. More HVAC work to do tomorrow. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.